Alrighty, today's boulder is Dark Matter. It's this V12 in Huntington Canyon put up by Joe Miners in 2011, found by Chad Parkinson. Um, Boulder's super roadside, as you can see here. The car's just down there. There's a really shitty hill that people always get tricked into trouncing up, but really you just got to walk around the corner and come on up. Landing's pretty good, could be made perfect pretty easily, but it's always eroding away. So like in 10 years, there might be no landing. And the nature of it is such that you can't really like ever back up and take a good look at the boulder, which is why so many of the videos are kind of terrible and from the side. Uh, it's not like the most pleasant place to hang. There's cars going by all the time. As you can see here, we had like 4 or 5 pads. That was totally plenty. The boulder's, I don't know, maybe 25 degrees overhung. It's a little bit steeper than it looks in videos sometimes. There's this line on the left too. It's a V10 that grifted that climbs into it. It starts on some pretty chossy grips, and so that detracts a bit. Um, yeah, it's really good height, probably like 18 feet at the lip or so. Um, Pretty stunning black face. It is kind of just a line on a wall. There's also a problem to the right of it that I climbed. Uh, I might throw in the video at the end. I thought it was a FA, but turns out Scott Hall did it and called it something pretentious. So here's the starting section. As you can see here, it's maybe a little bit unclear where the starting position is. If you took 10 people who all walked up for the first time, they might all choose a slightly different starting position. So the starting position is actually here and here, but it could very easily start one hand lower down left, maybe 2 hands lower on this really cool fetus hold, or even up higher in the really nice jug slot. In my opinion, the coolest part about Dark Matter is the shapes of the holds. Here you can see the right hand start hold, which I think resembles a pig snout. It's really cool, but you can't quite get your fingers behind it because it's blocked. This hold looks like a little baby fetus, I think. The wall's just peppered with these shapes. Here's a Waco. It's pretty neat. You end up using it as a foothold later on in the climb. This is the left-hand start hold. It's really a nice jug. As you can see, it's starting to get a little bit polished just from it being used as a foot later on in the climb. Here's the other start hand option down lower that is also a fairly obvious start hold, but not quite as big of a jug. This is the first hold you go to. It's really nice, maybe my favorite hold of the climb. Super comfortable jug. There's a really nice thumb catch down low if you'd like to pinch it. The rock's just phenomenal. It's also getting a little tiny bit glassy on the edge of it from being a foothold, but not bad. This right hand has really interesting texture. I tend to dry fire off of this hold, and it's nice, but it's quite slotted and it kind of eats up your cuticles. I full crimp it. So yeah, it can be a little bit unpleasant. My pinky especially, I remember, was bleeding a bit from grabbing this hold. Right, this is the intermediate sloper. My buddy Sean ended up using that little flame bit just above it, which is not the typical beta. And then here's the hold that you go to for the crux move. It's a really nice in-cut crimp, followed by this conglomeration of interesting holds. Okay, so here is where the beta really differs for people after sticking that crux move to that double ticked hold at the bottom. The original beta was to go left hand there, right hand can tag that intermediate if you want, and you cross through to this weird pinch that's kind of like really deep pocket for your pointer finger and your pinky finger, but nothing in between. So it's kind of like a oh yeah, that's rad thing you're making, and you pinch, twist around, hit this sloper, move your foot, and dive bomb to this in-cut pocket hold. Then the tall beta would be to go left hand to the first double tick, right hand intermediate, and build the feet and cross all the way to the pocket, skipping a few moves. The beta I had to figure out, I couldn't do either of those, so I went left hand to the double ticks, right hand to the intermediate, get this big drop knee to sort of sauce into the the That's Rad hold with my left hand, which ended up kind of just being like a mono crimp. It was really heinous. Then I put a left heel on and dive bomb to the pocket. Or you can do it like this woman, Dorothea. She's got the super short beta, which is left hand to the double tick, right hand to the immediate, left hand to the Spock hold, right hand to a little side pull just beside it, and then right hand again to that little pocket. Left hand goes to an undercling on that conglomerate feature, and she goes again left hand twice.
This is that pocket you dive bomb to, then you go left hand to this other two-finger pocket, bump to a big flat ledge, and then you hit this meat hook sloper on the lip. The top out's a little bit real, but not so hard. It's pretty perfect. It's just enough to keep. I first visited Dark Matter when I moved to Utah in 2017 or 2018, and I didn't have very good beta or conditions, but I immediately recognized it was really anti-style and felt like it would be super hard for me. I came back last winter with Matt DeSantis, that's this session, and oh! So close. I quickly did the hardest move, which was that one I just fell on, but I couldn't solve the top bit. I couldn't do the tall beta or the standard beta. So it took me all session to finally figure out the method that worked for me. I came back about a month later, I think this was March at this point, with Sean Faulkner. He crushed it pretty quick, and my first go of the day, I got through all the hardest parts and just totally punted. And after that, I was really in my head about it and kind of sabotaged the rest of that session.
Try harder.
Fucking bastard, I suck. Oh. I'm such a punt lord.
Fuck.
Why do I do this?
Sorry. On the spot, too.
That's okay.
I was like, wasn't sure.
I knew it was a bad burn because it was one of those burns where every move I was like, you could fall here.
Oh, no.
Don't fall, you know.
Oh, yeah, in the back of your head. Oh, you look so good though. You're just pouncing.
Felt easy. Well, pretty easy. Good thing. Ah! I hate to like.
Fucking on this pretty little bitch queen on me. Point me to the cheese, niggas talking clean.
Try hard.
Park the car, I'm about to park the scenes. We're moving out and for money, nothing keeping me from getting to you, nothing to me.
Try hard.
Come on! Fuck! Oh, god damn it, dude. Oh. Damn, dude. I'm so in my head for some reason.
Came back one last time with Josh Muring. It was a super cold day, and fortunately, I was able to execute it first go.
Yeah, come on, easy. Come on, Eric. Alright. Yeah, come on. Dig deep. Come on. Yeah. Easy, come on. Come on. Yeah. Woo!
Yes, dude.
First try.
No epics today. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, took easy.
Those moves up there, like all those dead points, just feel so low percentage.
Yeah.
Every one of them I could be off. Yes.
Cruiser.
Sick. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. But I stuck that crux move, and it felt exactly the same as last time. It was like first burn of the day, I just crushed it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, don't fuck it up again. Yes. Sick. Thanks for the spot. Yes! Yes. So happy. Oh, let's go.
Here's that other boulder out right. I figured I'd just play this while I talk about the climb a little bit. I was really proud to do it. Anti-style V12, really fingery, face style climbing. The best and worst part about this climb is the holds. They're really beautiful, but everyone I've spoken to who's climbed it agrees that they're pretty awkward, tweaky, painful even. The holds also, I didn't really mention this earlier, but they're a little bit sandy, some of them, especially the sloper that I didn't use. So that's not great. I think in quality, it really aligns highly with Joe's Valley problems like Kill List, Trent's Mom, Beyond Life, all of which are borderline, but I'm not quite positive make the top 100 list. They are all just lacking one or two of the major qualities needed, and when compared to something like Black Dahlia, which I visited again recently, it's just not quite on the same level in my opinion. So for now, I'm going to say not top 100, but it's very good and well worth doing. Thanks for watching.